everyone. In today's class, I'll be showing you how to construct a dart and how to manipulate that dart into other type of dart. So today I'll be teaching you six dart manipulations, six different types of dart manipulation. That's the waist dart, the bust dart, the shoulder dart, the neckline dart, the armhole dart, and the French dart. So, like I've explained in constructing the basic upper bodies, the same thing I will do here. So this is the waist dart. Waist dart. This is the waist dart. So in this class, I'll just be teaching you how to manipulate this waist dart to another kind of dart. We have six different dart manipulations that I'm going to be explaining. We have more than six though, but for this class, I'll be explaining just six of them. We have the French, we have the neckline, the shoulder, the bust, the waist, and also the armhole dart. These six are different darts, and all these five of it, we are going to be getting them from the waist dart. We are going to be using the waist dart to get the other five darts. So that's why I'm showing you the waist dart first. So the next thing we want to do is getting the bust dart, and I'm sure in that basic pattern bodies too, I also showed you how to get a bust dart, that from this point, this nipple distance point, you're going to go back by 1 inch like this. Then you're going to come down by 2 inches. Though the inches here is depending on distance between the front body's half length and the back body's half length. If the difference is 1.5, so you mark 1.5 here. If the difference is 2 inches, you mark 2 inches here, just like the way I did in the basic pattern bodies. So all you have to do is just to connect this point to this point like so, to get the bust dart. So this is how to get the bust dart. Let me write a bust dart for this thing. So what the essence of manipulation is that on a cloth we don't want to have too many stitches in the front part, so we just want to create one dart. And for us to create that dart, we will now shift this 1 inches that is between these two legs. We'll shift this space to this place. So by the time I'm adding this place to this place, by the time I close it, if I close this place will open wider. I will show you a pattern that I did on that, where I cut this thing. I'm just going to use this paper to illustrate and explain all the six dart manipulation. So please be attentive. So this space, this distance here, for this bust dart on my clothes, if I want to place this pattern on the clothes, I don't want to have to sew this place and also sew this place. I just want to sew a particular place. I want the dart to only show at the bust side. If you notice some clothes, some ready-made clothes, you see that the dart is only at the bust area. You don't see it at the waist area. So this is what they do. After creating this one, now, okay, let me use this back block here. After creating this, okay, I have the front block too. Yes, good. After creating this bust dart, now what I will just do is to come here, cut out this part like so. Yes, cut it out. I will also cut this out. Like this. Can you see that I'm not cutting it up to do? So the next thing I'll do is to close this part. I will close this part to make, you can see that when I closed it, this space became wider. You know, here I have just 1 inches as the dart leg. Here I have 2 inches. So this place will automatically turn to 3 by the time I close this. So this is what I'm saying. Let me use my tape, paper tape, to close it up. I'm coming. I want it to be very neat. Yes, so like that. So now that I've closed this part, can you see that this place is wider? We have it wider. So at the end of the day, when I want to place this pattern on my fabric, I'll just place it like this, and I'll trace out every other part. I'll trace out every other part. I'll trace it out. Let's close it up. Yeah. So I'll trace it out, trace this part out. Then I'll know that here is the only part I will be sewing on my dress. Do you know that automatically I have made a dart here, but it is not visible. It is only visible at the bust area. So that's the essence of dart manipulation. You are moving one dart to another dart. That is the essence of dart manipulation. Then another thing again is getting the we've done waist measurement and bust measurement. So the next one is getting the shoulder measurement, the shoulder dart, getting to manipulate the shoulder dart. So all you just have to do is to measure this shoulder slant, measure it, the distance. So I have 4.25 here. I will divide it by 2. 4.25 is the distance between the two legs. So I'll divide it by 2 using my tape like I explained in the basic bodies, and I will mark the middle point. I'll mark the middle point. So from this middle point, I will connect to the bust area. I'll connect to the bust area like this. So you see that there are some clothes that when you see them, you see that there won't be that at the down part of the bust area like this. It's only at the shoulder to the bust point you'll be seeing like a pleat or a dart. You'll be seeing like a bust or a pleat or a dart in there. You see that there's a part there that is so they might actually even turn it to a style. You think it's a style, but it's not actually a style. There's a dart that has been picked there to make the bust really form well. So here now, let me use the same paper and so that I can use it to cut it out. Okay, the half of the front block. This is 4.75. I'll mark the half. This is it. Connect it to the bust area like so. Then what I'll just do here is close this. This should be closed too. Like we are assuming that this bust point one is not there. So let's assume it's not there at all. Let's assume it's not there. Okay, I have another one here that I did already. Yes. So this is the shoulder dart. Can you see? This one it has opened into 2. It has cut into 2. You won't let it cut. Let me close it up. Let's assume it has not cut into 2. Yeah. So you know for sure that I have already done the waist measurements here. So I want to manipulate it to a shoulder measurement. What I'll just do is to close this up. Can you see? I'll close this up like so. Can you see that what I closed there opened there? So this is the point only that I will sew at the back, and by the time I'm joining this together, it will still give us that puffiness at the bust area. Can you see? Can you see it came up? So that is the essence of that manipulation. You want to move, you don't want to have too many parts on the clothes that you have to sew. You don't want to have too many legs that you are sewing on your blouse length or your half body's length. But you want to only have the shoulder that's being sewed, or you want to have only the bust that's being sewed. So this is how you do it. You must always have to first get the waist dart. So from the waist dart, you manipulate to any other dart you want on your fabric, but it has to be done on the pattern paper first. Then you close it up like this, place it on your fabric, then you trace out on the fabric all around. Then this part, you know, is the part you are sewing together. So that is how to get the shoulder dart. So the next one is we've gotten the shoulder dart, the neckline dart. All we just have to do is to also get the middle point of our neckline. You can just measure like this. Can you see the way I'm measuring it all the way? I have this is 4.75, and you divide 4.75 by 2 with your tape. 4.75 divided by 2, like so. Then you mark it. This is it. Then in the same way, you're going to connect it to the bust point, like so. Yes, you're going to connect it to the bust point. So the same thing happens here. The same thing happens here. I want to look for the pattern I have done that has the bust, the neckline darts, so that I can show it to you all. Yes, this is it. Can you see? So what I just do here is I already have every of this dart manipulation pattern paper already with me. So what you just do as usual, you close the waist dart as usual, close it up, then the inches between the two legs of the waist dart move to the neck area, moves to the neck area. Can you see? It will automatically open to the neck area. It is old, the pattern paper is old, so that's why they are tearing. Can you see that the distance between this place has moved to this place? So that's the essence. That's the essence of it all. To remove, that's how to construct a dart manipulation. So the only thing I'll be doing when I want to apply this on my fabric is only open this place. So this is where I'll have a sewing on my clothes. That's the essence. This is where I'll have a sewing on my clothes. Then the next one is the French dart. The French dart. What you just have to do is at the side here, at the shoulder, at the half length, at the waistline here, you just come up by 2 inches. Come up by 2 inches, or you can decide to come up by 1.5 as you wish, but it shouldn't be more than 2 inches. Then you connect to the waist, to the bust point here. You connect to the bust point like this. Then you also cut. I have a pattern on that too. I have a pattern on that. Okay, this is it. Can you see? This is the French dart. So I'll move this space between this one to this place by joining. I have a tape on it already. So with my paper tape, I will join that waist dart legs together. Making sure they align. You have to align. like this. Can you see? I've moved. So this is the part. You see that there are some ready-made dress that when you buy them, you see that it is at the down part, almost getting to the waist part. They will take their dart from going to the bust area to give that puffiness. So what this is what they do. They'll do it on the pattern paper, then they'll use it to cut out the fabric and sew only at the part where they want a sewing to show on the dress. So that is that of about the French line. Then shoulder, the armhole line too. Let's say I've constructed my armhole curve like this. Okay, so this is my armhole curve. What I'll just do is to get the middle part of this armhole curve like so. Can you see the way I'm measuring the curveness? So this is 8.5, or should I say 8.75, since this is where it is stopping. 8.75. So 8.75 divided by 2 is what we'll do here. Where is the half of 8.75? So let's just do this to check again. Yeah, this is it. So from this point, you are just going to draw a straight line towards the bust area like this. Then you shift your 1 inches waist dart to the armhole dart. I also have for that one too. I have for it too. Yeah, this is it. This is it. So I have all the pattern paper for all this dart manipulation already. I have them that I use. So the essence of it is just making sure that you don't want to have too many sewings on your clothes, and you want to place your dart at a particular part of your dress, and to get it you don't want to have too many stitches on that dress. So that's the essence of this dart manipulation. You are shifting your dart to another point, from the waist to another point. That's the essence. So by the time you'll be sewing, you see that, okay, let me take this very well so that you understand what I'm about to say. You see that when you want to sew, let's assume I have closed this dart now. Let me close it up. Okay. Sorry. Good. Let's assume I've closed it up now. Good. You know I've shifted the waist dart now to the armhole dart, and let's now assume I have placed it on a fabric. I've cut it out, so I have only my sewing here. I have only my sewing here. So let's assume we are sewing now. Bring this towards this side to sew it. You see that puffy part of the bust area, that fullest part that we used to create using our princess dart or just the waist dart and the bust dart together, you see that it will come out now by the time I'm done joining them together. You can see. So you only see that on those ready-made clothes. It is mostly used for all these ready-made clothes that you see, all these English dresses. This is what they do most of the time. That's why you see that by the time you are buying your clothes, you see that it will fit in perfectly at the bust area, and you're only seeing one dart. It might just be at the neck area, and you'll be wondering how come it's at the neck area and yet it is fitting so much. You only see at the armhole area or the bust area or the French area. So this is what they do to get all those dart legs at that point, so that they can eliminate all the too many stitches on your dress. I hope you all understand this dart manipulation class. Thank you for your time. I love you all. Please, I would like to see your assignment. Thank you.